Hi, my name is Mallory Podell. I'm the founder and CEO of Mallory's Calories, my custom cupcake business, and today I'm going to be telling you about my business while I bake some cupcakes. So right now in my mixer I have butter and white sugar, and that is just the base of most cupcakes. You want to cream it together, and we're going to get a nice cookies and cream cupcake by the end. So now I'm just going to be adding the eggs and the vanilla in on very low speed with one egg at a time. My next step is going to be adding in cake flour. Mallory's Calories started when I was actually sick with Lyme disease, and I started it because I wanted to find a nice hobby for myself, and I ended up watching lots of videos online and on YouTube, and I created my first cupcake, which was a Twix cupcake, just from trial and error, from inspiration from these videos, and it just turned into a business that has become really successful throughout our town and my family. I also have baking powder and salt in the dry ingredients. Baking for me is pretty calming, especially the decorating part. I really enjoy the finished product most, but I actually enjoy all of it, of course, because I have a business, but it really helped me feel better and not want to lay in bed all day long when I was suffering from Lyme disease and not being able to play sports the same way other people could. So now we're just adding in the rest of this mixture and some sour cream, and that's a little secret ingredient because it just adds super fluffy and moist cupcake, and you don't want your cupcakes to be dense, you want them to be really moist. Mallory's Calories offers lots of flavors, including gluten-free, which is actually really cool because I happen to be gluten-free. And some really cool flavors would be salted caramel rice pudding, slutty brownie, Twix, carrot cake, red velvet, confetti. I mean, it really varies, and I'll make whatever you want. I make college-themed cupcakes, which I'm making today. I'm gonna have a Michigan M on top. I run birthday parties, like Cupcake Wars or decorating classes. And I really just have a lot to offer from my business that I actually run on my own, and I just really enjoy it. So the next step now is obviously adding in the key part, the Oreos. And there you have it, a nice cookies and cream Oreo batter. Now we're gonna scoop them into the cupcake tray with a nice ice cream scooper, and that's actually a really key important tip because it gives the perfect amount of batter. Mallory's Calories was really actually out of nowhere, and I started to spread it, obviously word of mouth, and my family telling all their friends and my family. And now I have an email for it, which is mallory'scalories@gmail.com. And I also advertise on my Mallory's Calories Facebook page, as well as mallory's.calories on Instagram. And I use those social medias because since it is 2018, it's actually a super important field in the world. Social media is really important, so I get a lot of viewership from people in my town as well as other food people on Instagram. And Facebook I use because it has a wider variety of audience, like parents, because not all parents are on Instagram. And then there's a thing called Work Mom for Millburn, where you can post and people will advertise it or buy stuff from you. So my mom posts on there if I have extra cupcakes or if I'm trying to add a new flavor. So now that I finished scooping, these just go in a 350-degree oven for 11 minutes, and then I actually turn them so it all gets cooked evenly. This is blue candy melts, which are practically flavored chocolates. These are normally vanilla, and I melt them and they turn into melted looking chocolate, and that's what I'm going to use to trace these Michigan designs for the tops of my cupcake as decoration. My cupcakes are ready, so I'm just going to flip these cupcakes now, and these are just going to go for about 9 to 11 more minutes. So now we have our blue candy melts. I'm just going to cut a little tip off the top, and I'm going to start to trace these Michigans. So college cupcakes are a lot of fun because I am a senior, and I actually started this when I was a freshman, but now that I'm a senior, there's a lot of my friends getting into college, so it's a lot of fun to make cupcakes for them. One really important thing about Mallory's Calories is that I think it's cool that it's kind of run and self-run by someone young. My town really reacted really well to my cupcakes, meaning I started getting orders left and right all the time, which was so cool for me because I didn't know it would grow into something like that. I mean, I've been told that I have some of the best cupcakes there are. Once these are all traced, you just put them in the fridge for 15 minutes. So now that our cupcakes are out of the oven, they have nice and round dome top, and I stuck in a toothpick and they came out clean. I know those are done. My M's are now off the mat and they are all ready and just laying on a tray ready to get decorated. So now we're gonna move on to a vanilla frosting. We're adding in butter, and my secret thing I always do for all my frostings, even if it's not cream cheese frosting, is about half a brick of cream cheese. Our next step is going to be adding powdered sugar in really little by little. I just wanted to add in that Mallory's Calories has done bar mitzvahs, I've done birthday parties, I've done Diwali. It's really fun for me to have these big events because it gets me the chance to make really extravagant cupcakes sometimes, and it gives me really good exposure to like mass ordering, and I think that's really important for a business. Something really key I've learned from this business is you really want organization, and that's why I set up all my bowls, and I always have a paper towel here to place my dirty spatulas on, and it just makes the cleaning process a lot easier as well because this is a really messy hobby or business, so that's just a key tip. Now we're just gonna add in the last of the powdered sugar and put in the vanilla after that. Now it's time for the food coloring. This is actually my favorite part because this is when the finished outcome comes into play. And this is when you just kind of see the full cupcake done. And it's actually a lot of fun to frost too. Like, this thing's a lot of fun. So I just do a nice little swirl, and for these I'm gonna add some cake sparkles I have. Sprinkle them all over. And then I'm gonna take one of the M's I've made out of the candy melts and just place it on top. And there you have it. A finished Mallory's Calories cupcake. Presentation is really key. Taste is obviously super important, but if presentation isn't there, I feel like it's not enticing to eat and doesn't make me as happy. And here we have the finished 12 for the order I'm making, and I really hope you guys like this because I actually had a lot of fun making this. I've always wanted to do something like this. And I hope you learned a little about my background, my business, and why Mallory's Calories is so important to me, and I'm hoping I can always have a hobby of baking.